So last week we talked about being the Christmas light, being the light unto all the world. And today we are talking about being the Christmas energy. Next week we'll talk about being the Christmas life, because life is the faculty of this month. And so this December, though, I want us to take a look at the reason for the season, which of course is the birth of Jesus Christ. But we, in metaphysics, believe that Jesus represents the I am Christ consciousness. So as we look at the birth of Jesus, we're looking at the birth of ourselves, our dreams, our fulfillment, our vision, whatever we have for our future. Even if right now your future is just thinking about what you're going to cook tonight, right? It is still something in your future. It is still something ahead of you. So you have to work with this great energy that is expecting good in your world, that is expecting life and prosperity and goodness in your world. Really, it is the sweet spot within you, right? That sweet spot of satisfaction in your soul, in your mind, in all of your affairs. Today, I want you to work with this sweet feeling energy in your life, knowing that it lives in you. It is love in you. It is peace in you. It is joy. It is the very season of Christmas within you, and it has made its home in you. So go forth now, live in this love, dwell in this love, work, move, be in this love, because it has truly made a home in you. Know that this sweet feeling energy of the Holy Spirit lives in you now. So let's affirm that into our world. Affirm with me. There is a sweet feeling energy.
There's a sweet feeling energy
that lives in me now. Can we hug ourselves and affirm that one more time? There is a sweet feeling energy.
There is a sweet feeling energy
that lives in me now.
that lives in me now.
So let it live in you. Let it be in you. Let it be the energy at work in every part of your life. So let's define energy. The Oxford Dictionary defines energy as the strength and vitality required for sustained physical and mental activity. Because those are the things that we're working with all the time, right? Our mental, how we're thinking about our world, and this physical body, how we're moving in this world. And this is really what the faculty of life is all about. Again, the faculty for the month of December is life, and it is represented in the generative organs, as we'll go through for the rest of the weeks. Thank God we have 5 weeks to really delve into the story of the birth within us, right? But when we look at the word life, there are two phases of using the faculty of life, right? So the first is giving animation to something, right? We have our dreams, we have our goals, we have our vision, and we want to give life to it. We want to give animation to it. When we talk about manifestation, what we're really saying is that we want to give life to our dreams, right? Even if we want to get married, we want to be in a relationship, right? We are looking for that other person to manifest themselves in our life. We're looking for the animation of that love in our life. Now, not only are we giving life to our animation, but the other part of the faculty of life is what that animation does when animated, right? When we put our dreams and desires into the world, what is it doing for our life? What is it doing in our life? Is it really working? Again, if you're looking for a spouse or you're looking for a boyfriend, of course, you just don't run and get married. Some people do. I don't recommend it, but you got to know the person before you really get involved and get married, right? But let's say you're dating someone and you prayed for this love and everything. Of course, the first 3 months, you're in a daze. You have the rose-colored glasses on. You're going on dates, having fun, right? And you're just enjoying this love well, we've all been in love. Come on, right? But if things change, is that what it's called? If things change, right, in that relationship, where the person is not holding up their end of the bargain, as much as you thought that was a gift, as much as you thought that was a blessing in your world, things have changed, and now there's a new phase in life. So it's not only giving voice to your dream, but it's what that dream is doing in your world. Is it really making you happy? We're really asking, how does the result of our faith work in real time? How does the outpouring of our dream, our vision, working in real time, how is it working in real world applications? Because again, you can pray and ask God for all that you want to, but when it comes, is it truly fulfilling? Is it, especially when you're dealing with other people, are they really giving you that fulfillment that you need in your life? And then there comes the great annoyance of life. I know I've always found it annoying because when you're going through things, you have a goal, you have a vision, sometimes you're working towards it and it doesn't seem like you're getting anywhere. And so the great annoyance in my life a lot of times is, am I wasting my time? Am I wasting my future? Or is there really something tangible at the end of all this work that I'm doing, right? Is there really something quantifiable to be enjoyed, right? Not just a dream, but is it making me happy? Is it fulfilling my needs? Am I spending more money than I'm receiving, right? All these things go into your head. People really want to know, like, is there an afterlife of fulfillment to be had in this lifetime? People always talk about the great by and by, when they die, who they're going to see and all the things that are happening, this great afterlife, but we have to realize that there can be an afterlife right where we are. Right? Because every day we are growing, every day we're moving towards something, should be moving towards something that is for our highest good. But when we're in the pain, when we're in the doubt, when we're in the fear, when we're in the loneliness, the sadness, it is very difficult for us to see the other side of that pain, of that lack of whatever we are missing. We want the afterlife now. We want to have that joy now. We want to have that everlasting peace, that everlasting love. It means that we have to say yes to that joy. We have to say yes to that love. We have to say yes and choose our energy from this point forward. We have to choose the way we're going to live from this point forth. And I always tell people to listen to your heart. Again, you don't know if you're listening to your heart, if you're wasting your time, or is there something tangible to be had. But saying listen to your heart is not a cliche. It's not just the theme of a song or the theme of a movie. It is real life. Because as we're listening to our heart, one question we have to ask ourselves is, how can I love myself more? How can I love myself best? That's how you know you're not wasting your time. Because you get little signs throughout the way that let you know that this is not for you, this is not for you. People call them red flags, especially in these relationships. Again, when you're in love, you hear the red flags, you see the red flags, but you're so in love that you want to paint it blue or green or anything else but red, right? You'll even go for a light shade of pink instead of the red flags, if you know what I mean, right? But you still have to bring a heart of love to your vitality. You have to bring a heart of love to your strength so that your mental and physical being will always be sustained. That as you're going through these experiences now, you're bringing all of your energy, knowing that the thoughts that you think are the right thoughts. The physical body that you're having and you're moving in this world is always sustainable. Friends, I want you to remember that there is an unmatched energy in you for your vision. It is not too far-fetched. Because it is on your heart, it means that it is something that you have to go through, you have to live, and the energy you can have for that, even though you feel tired, even though you feel worn down. I talk to people all the time, and I'm not against the internet dating and things like that. You just have to be careful, right? You have to meet at a lit spot and whatever. But there's so many avenues that you can do. People even still do the newspaper. If you can find the newspaper, right? People still do that, but people are just want to be open to new relationships, even new friendships in their world. And when you're dealing with other people, when you're dealing with their insecurities, they might not always make the mark that you want them to make, and that can hurt in ways that you don't want it to hurt. And then you start to lose energy. You start to lose faith in yourself. You start to lose the very vitality of life that should be in you. But I want you to remember that you will always have this strength and vitality in your world. You will always have unmatched energy that will go towards your dream, go towards your vision, and allow you to live a life that you can be proud of. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 reminds us and compels us that we are to walk by faith and not by sight. But there is a degree of difficulty in walking by faith, which is why we have things like the Bible, which is why we have things like churches, because people from even the old days knew how difficult it really is to walk by faith and not by sight. Because how can we look at these things that we're experiencing, feel these things that we're experiencing, have the people that we have in our life that are doing us wrong, and things that are, the things that we're seeing and hearing and feeling and tasting and even touching, right? The people that we're loving, all these senses, as we're translating them in our world, how can we look at all these things and also not allow that negation to affect our positive energy? How can we grasp all these things and still allow ourselves the peace that we deserve? It bears repeating, and it bears us remembering that all life's work is done within us. You can have how many marriages you have? How many did Elizabeth Taylor have? 8, 9? Jennifer Lopez had how many husbands? 8, 9? But it doesn't matter who you marry, doesn't matter who you date, how many dates you go on. Everything starts from the soul. Everything starts at the core of our being. Everything starts within our soul. And we all want to be seen. We all want to be seen by our loved ones. We all want to be seen by our family, our friends, even our employer after a fashion, right? We like this job. We want to do good. We want to excel, right? We want to be seen so that we can be promoted. But do you see yourself? Are you proud of who you are? Are you proud of who you are becoming? Are you proud of the meditations and the affirmations that you have put into the universe? Do you see yourself? Do you see your potential? Do you see your love and the way that you can be loved and love in this world? Remember, if you want to help yourself, you have to see yourself, because you cannot help yourself until you see yourself. And as you see yourself, you have to see yourself with confidence. You have to see yourself and judge correctly, right? A lot of people judge themselves in their life, and how you judge yourself is how you live. You can judge yourself negatively or positively. It is up to you. But when you look at yourself, when you look at the things that you've been through, can you boldly say, I am the energy of survival. I am the energy of overcoming. And in my survival, in my overcoming, there is prosperity. And I bring that energy. Or are you going to judge yourself out of peace? Are you going to judge yourself out of joy? Are you going to judge yourself out of the fulfillment of your every need? Will you punish yourself? Will you punish others for the past? Or will you accept things as they are? Will you accept life as it is and build a stronger you, build a stronger faith, knowing that you are the very energy of survival and overcoming, and you bring prosperity in your world? If you accept this, affirm with me, I am the energy of survival.
I am the energy of survival.
I am the energy of overcoming.
I am the energy of overcoming.
I am the energy of prosperity.
I am the energy of prosperity.
How wonderful is that? So now that we have spoken these words and put them out in our universe, put them out in our world, can we create an inner discipline that moves in the world but lives within? But lives in a love within. We are compelled that we should live in the world but not be of the world, right? So we have to live within. And we look at Joseph. Joseph had a big decision to make. When I look at the story of Joseph, you really see how Joseph is working by faith and not by sight. Because, I'm in my 40s now, 42, right? And even we talk about the different generations, and this time is definitely different from Jesus' time. Because in Jesus' time, If Joseph had exposed Mary as a person who was pregnant without the benefit of marriage, and he exposed her, she would have been stoned to death. Thank God. Well, there's some places in the world that still do that, but thank God not every place does it, right? It's not common practice that you made a mistake, we're just going to stone you to death. We're just going to watch your murder, right? So there are some things that have progressed since the time of Jesus, but one thing is the same: babies always came from the same place. Now, I think of if I were Joseph's friend, because I like to be a good friend and I like to tell my friends the truth as I see it. Imagine you having dinner with Joseph and he tells you Mary's pregnant, and you know good and well that y'all didn't do anything for Mary to get pregnant. What is going on? I would have told him, boy, you need to dump her right now. I don't care where she came from. I don't care if she was a nun. I don't care who her cousin was and who everything is. Dump her right here and right now. You would have all said that to a friend if they came to you and said that. But Joseph had to work with his faith. He had to work by faith and not by sight, even at the risk of the embarrassment of what other people would say, what other people would do in his world. His human instinct was to remove himself from the situation, was to distance himself from Mary, and respectively, because Joseph was a good guy, as we'll uncover a little bit later, right? He was a good person, but he gave himself a minute. Sometimes we have to give ourselves a breather. That's why I love doing a deep breath during the meditation, during the service, because you have to let these words, you have to let sometimes experiences kind of wash over you and let them do what they're doing in your world. And sometimes when I have to make a decision, now there are decisions that you have to make on a split second, but if you can take your time, I always like to say I want to sleep on it. Before I sign a contract or whatever, I want to sleep on it. I want to have a full 24 hours to really have my mind go over these things. And that's what Joseph did. He gave himself some time, and the angel came. The angel came and told him what needs to be done. The angel came and said, do not be afraid. The vision is high for you. It's also good to mention here, and we'll again talk about this later as we uncover the other stories of the birth of Jesus during this month. But fear shows up in every character in the Christmas story. Fear shows up with Mary, fear shows up with Joseph, fear shows up with the king, fear shows up with those shepherds, fear shows up in every character in the Christmas story. But Joseph was also facing an embarrassment in his life. And this is one thing that we have to look at and really study in our world, our embarrassments, right? People are embarrassed of their past. They're embarrassed of their job. They didn't go to school, so now they have a job that doesn't pay well. And they're embarrassed about the income that they make. They can't go on vacation with their friends the way their friends do, right? People are embarrassed about their prison record. They had to go to jail for something. They're embarrassed about their family and the things that people did in their family. They're embarrassed about their expectations that didn't come true, right? They think, what will people say about me now that I failed in this area of my life? I'm so embarrassed. How will they treat me also with this embarrassing thing that's happened in my world? And also, how will it affect my ego? Because a lot of times we love a compliment, but when people start to admonish us, that's a different thing. That's a different story altogether. So all these things come about. Can we go within and ask ourselves, can I allow myself to feel peace even in my embarrassing moments? Even in the moments where I felt demeaned or victimized or demonized or called out, can I still find my peace? I'm here to tell you, yes, you can still find your peace even in the embarrassing moments of life, but you have to speak your truth. And that's what Joseph did. Joseph had to speak his truth. He had to live his truth. He had to walk through his truth to get to the other side of his blessings. And so do we. We had to be so vulnerable to the vision that he had before him, the vision that God had for him in his world, and how that vision was to express through him, even at the risk of embarrassment. Can we love our dreams so much? Can we be so bold as to live in our God identity and do the things that bring us the best of our life, letting good happen in our world, letting love happen in our world, letting peace happen in our world. I know that you can, so affirm with me. I let good happen in my world.
I let good happen in my world.
I let love happen in my world.
I let love happen in my world.
I let peace happen in my world.
Let peace happen in my world.
So we delve deeper into Joseph now. Joseph was a model citizen in both faith and in the land that he was living in, right? He paid his taxes. We know from the story of Jesus that they had to travel. Why? Because they had to do the census. Now, he could have said, my wife is pregnant, I'm not going anywhere. But because he wanted to be a good citizen, he went to do his census. But he also earned a good living an honest living as a carpenter. But as a citizen of faith, he listened to his faith. He listened to the inner voice within him that led him to where he needed to go. The Bible records that Joseph had 4 dreams. 4 dreams in the Bible. One was telling him that he was going to be the father, the earthly father of this great Savior. Then when the child was born, he had dreams on where to go because the king was mad and wanted to kill all the kids, so we had to go to a distant land. He had another dream of when to come back. He had a dream of when to settle. So Joseph was instructed on what to accept, even at the risk of embarrassment. He was instructed on when to move, on how to move. He was instructed on where to settle, where to make his home for his family, and he provided for his family. He wanted comfort for Mary. Even when they when it was time for her to deliver, they went to a hotel or an inn, as the scripture says, right? But there was just no room. But he was prepared for that because he wanted his wife to be comfortable. He cared for Jesus. As the father figure, the great father figure in the Bible, that cared for Jesus, the I am self, can we be the Joseph of our lives and care for our I am identity as lovingly as Joseph cared for Jesus? Also, the different dreams that Joseph had reminds us and is an example of the ever-evolving life, right? You can't have one dream and that's it. God will always expand you, right? So the original dream was you're going to be the father of this great Savior, and then the dreams that followed supported that original dream. Friends, can we look at the external forces of our world, the promises that people made us, the people that came in our world that affect our lives, the things that we seem are out of our hands? Can we still decide to bring a higher energy to our world? Can we be a model citizen of the I am self, protecting the I am self just as Joseph protected Jesus? Can we protect our I am self? Can we be the protector of our dream, the protector of our love, the protector of our joy, the protector of our faith? We can, but it means that we cannot rely on other people for our joy, and we shouldn't rely on other people for our joy. The people in our world, the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the best friends, the family that we have that bring us joy, that should be an added bonus in our life. Our joy should come within. Emotional support is great and always encouraged. I'm going to just plug myself a little bit. I do weddings too, just so you know. I do baptisms too. So whenever you decide to get married and you decide to go into that thing, call me. I am there. So this emotional support is encouraged. It is great, but it all comes back to the state of your soul. Is your soul receiving the love? Is your soul receiving the joy? After all is said and done, can you stand alone in your faith? Can you stand alone with your faith, knowing that it belongs to you and you alone? As you see your vision, as you see your world, as you see everything that you want to experience in your life, can you also see joy in the unfolding of your dreams? Can you look at your future in joy and say, joy has my name on it, peace has my name on it, love, success, even money has my name on it? I know that you can. I know that you can have the faith and know that you can stand alone in that faith, knowing that everything in your world is for your greatest and highest good. So would you affirm with me? I see joy with my name on it.
I see joy with my name on it.
I see peace with my name on it.
I see peace with my name on it.
Hug yourself and say, I see love with my name on it.
I see love with my name on it.
And outstretch your hands for success. I see success with my name on it.
I see success with my name on it.
Get your wallets out real quick, because I see money with my name on it.
I see money with my name on it.
Open your purse one more time. I see money with my name on it. Exactly. So even though it says Washington and Franklin and who else, Jackson on the bills, your name is still on it right here and right now. So friends, we have to remain disciplined. We have to remain obedient to our joy. We have to remain disciplined and obedient to our love, our fulfillment, just as Joseph was obedient to the direction that he was being called to. Joseph was obedient to the call of his directives from Spirit, even though his human mind says, this is embarrassing, this is, because us men, we have this ego that when we feel that we're being played, we get mad, we get upset, our ego takes place, but Joseph was able to remove that from his existence and rely on faith and faith alone. Can we use our directives to help sustain? Just as Joseph used his faith to help sustain Jesus as he grew, can we do that for our I am self? Just as Jesus was the great gift of the world, can we see our dream, our vision, our life as the great gift of this world? Can we foster and love our dream in great and wonderful ways, just like Joseph did? If you're on social media, hopefully you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube has all of the videos that we have posted over the past 4 years. So there's about 200 videos on there. But the inspiration is on Instagram and Facebook. We post inspirational memes throughout the week to keep ourselves encouraged. This week, we posted 2 memes that are encouraging. One of them says, today, I want you to think about all that you are instead of all that you are not. Because it's so easy to think of all the things you don't have, all the things you want, all the things that you're working towards, all the things that you lack, instead of thinking about the things that you have in your world. That you woke up this morning, that you were able to raise your hands this morning, you were able to walk this morning. All these things you have to be grateful for because it is what you have. The other meme said, I am mentally, emotionally, and physically ready to enter a new phase of my life. I am ready to grow and be better. Friends, today, I want you to have this same spirit. I want you to have this same consciousness that knows that you can be better in this world. But not only can you be better, I want you to want to be better. Know that it is all within you. You are mentally prepared for your life. You are emotionally prepared that whatever comes, you have the right emotions to uphold your consciousness, to uphold your soul. Even if you might cry ad nauseum, there's some things that happen in our world and we can't hold the tears back. That is okay. You are prepared for even those tears. You are prepared for the physical being. Your physical being is prepared for you to walk into your worlds. But just know today that you have options. You have options for the good energy to come into your world. You have so many options when you think about all the things that you can learn. Even nowadays, there's always advancements in technology and education. That's why there's so many libraries around, right? That's why there's so many schools all over the world. There's so many areas for you to study, from the highest to the lowest. Whatever you can think of, there is a school for it, there is a class for it. It means then that with all these options, we can pick one or more, but we can live in joy. We can bring our positive energy to our options and know that we are always prepared for life. So friends, today, would you affirm this last affirmation with me? Affirm, I am mentally prepared for my life. I am emotionally prepared for my life. I am physically I am physically prepared for my life. So friends, today know that the preparation is already underway. You have all that you need, all that you desire in your life. And as you know this now, you can go forth to enjoy a great and wonderful life, not only during Christmas, not only today, but all days to come. Keep being this great and wonderful Christmas energy. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Be blessed. Amen.